I'm Jay Jackson. Welcome to WineNewsNoir.com. Thank you for watching and subscribing. We begin this episode in Wichita, Kansas, where Colby Michael Clem learned his fate for vandalizing Jenny Dawn cellars, forcing it to permanently close down. Clem was sentenced to 2.5 years in prison and 12 months probation after pleading guilty to theft and burglary charges. He broke into the popular winery back in December, causing tens of thousands of dollars in damage. The winery eventually closed down because of insurance issues. There is an ongoing attempt to reopen, but no word on when that might happen. A San Francisco doctor is opening some hearts and minds to the worlds of hip-hop and wine. He launched a popular Instagram challenge that's growing by the day.
Guess the wine, y'all. Guess the grape, y'all. Guess the wine, y'all. It tastes great, y'all.
With a catchy hook,
this wine can be bold and oaky or lean and racy, in my opinion.
And familiar beat, Dr. Michael Richardson, also known as MC Mike Flo, is on a mission. He's teaching the world about wine, the best way he knows how, through hip-hop.
This grape is thick-skinned, but the wine it makes is light. It grows in northwest Spain, that is his favorite site. This wine is fresh, it's really not the aging type. Stainless steel, maybe some leaves. That's how.
What inspired this?
You know, I've been a hip hop fan my whole life, and I'm always looking for ways to bring together the things that I love. And as I started to develop a passion for wine and go deeper into it, I started to think about what's the best way to learn. And writing rhymes is always a great way that I learn things. And it just came to me one day, listening to Tribe Called Quest. I started saying, "Guess the wine, y'all. Guess the wine, y'all." And my kids started singing it too. And that's how I knew it was catchy. And that's how I knew it was something I should write.
A geriatric physician by day, Dr. Richardson started his Guess the Wine series about a year ago. The lyrics offer clues about wine varietals, and whoever is the first to post the correct answer on his Instagram page gets a free t-shirt. He's produced more than a half dozen other videos, and he's just getting started. What keeps you going?
Creativity is always what keeps me going. I love to be creative and, try to show my kids too that, being creative is a superpower is what I say. And that just gives you a leverage above other people that are thinking inside a box. So for me, just the ability to have an idea and create it and see it and then see people like yourself interact with it and enjoy it.
Richardson holds a level 3 credential from the prestigious Wine and Spirits Education Trust and has plans to start a winemaking class. But his love for hip-hop is just as strong, and he says deserves just as much respect.
Wine is that liquid art in a bottle that's constantly evolving. And to me, hip-hop is the same way. It's the poetry of the forgotten, the poetry of the people that don't have a voice. So just the ability to connect those two art forms to me just creates a beauty. And anybody who loves music knows when you play the perfect song with the perfect glass of wine, that just elevates the experience so much.
Guess the wine, y'all. It tastes great, y'all. Guess the wine, y'all. Guess the wine, y'all. Guess it now. Guess it now. This grape got a bad rap and sideways, but it's got a nice taste if grown in the right place, like the right bank of Bordeaux, Chateau Petrus, and Cali to soften cab is.
Did you guess the wine? Okay, let me know in the comments there. And to join the fun, just follow Dr. Richardson's Instagram page at Dope Wines, Dope Vibes. Skyrocketing sales in Oregon, an eye in the sky, and it's auction time. Here are the top stories for this month's Wine in a Minute. Winemakers in Oregon are on a roll. A new report from the University of Oregon says total wine production increased by 20% from 2021 to 2022. It went from 113,000 tons to a record 137,000 tons. Total wine value also jumped 22% to $330 million. A new high-tech eye in the sky could save vineyards from failed crops caused by leaf roll disease. JPL and NASA's Airborne Visible Infrared Imaging Spectrometer can see where the disease is spreading from on high in vineyards and how to stop it before it grows out of control. Right now, the plane-based device is still in the experimental stage with no word on when or if it will make it to market. A Taiwanese billionaire is making waves in the world of wine auctions. Pierre Chen will auction off some 25,000 bottles of rare wines, some costing nearly $200,000. Sotheby's will conduct the 5-part auction in Hong Kong, Paris, New York, and Beaune, Burgundy. The first phase will begin in November. And finally, we go to Solvang, California for part 2 of a story we first brought to you last month. The Rideau Winery's tasting room is a historical landmark in Santa Barbara and the crowning achievement of the legend who brought the building back to life, Iris Rideau.
If you come out here, you'll see this is all new. I had to restore and replace all of this. And then this is the plaque that acknowledges the fact that it is a Santa Barbara County historical landmark. Way back in the 1600s, a French contessa owned the property. And the story goes that when the government found out she was a foreigner, they took it away from her and gave it to a couple of Englishmen who actually built the house. I think the most difficult thing was to maintain the historical aspect of it. It was in such dire strait. I mean, it had been abandoned for 10 years. So I added this. So actually, this is where special events are held. So I would have winemaker dinner parties here, which were fabulous. This is the balcony that I was mentioning earlier that I had to replace. When I bought the property, it was literally leaning about to fall off. I think that was the greatest pleasure that I had, was saving something that was so old and then making it into something so brilliantly beautiful.
Miss Rideau features the winery in her popular book, From White to Black, which you can order at irisrideau.com. And that's going to do it for this episode of WineNewsNoir.com. Please remember to visit our sponsors on our website. Thank you for watching and subscribing. I'm Jay Jackson. Cheers.